Okay, as you can see, there's a few little spots. Where's my finger? There it is, right there. And then if you come over here, uh-oh. Shoot. Unplug my Ring camera. Where is it at? Maybe you can't really see it that good. Right there. That's where the gas tank, and right there. Fell over and rubbed up against that bad boy. So, hey, my next project is going to be that. And I'm not going to clean up the outside. I'm just going to leave it as is. Because I like the old nostalgic look. Oh. All right, let me plug this bad boy back up. Turn the light back on. Helps a little bit. All right, so what I'm going to do is I got rubbing compound. All right. I got turtle wax. Okay. Spray on wet car. It says wash car and rinse. Skip drying. Leave car wet. Simply spray on panel at a time while car is still wet. Only 2 to 3 sprays per panel. Well, shoot. I did not do that. Then I got a refining or finishing polishing pad. And I don't have a buffer. So what I'm going to do is just use my drill. Yep. I got my bird with me today. He is no longer she. He was a he. It's a long story. We bought the bird. We didn't get... On a bird, the only way you can tell if it's a male or female is if you get a DNA test done. We did not get a DNA test done. So 5 years later, yes, we've had this bird for 5 years. 5 years later. Did I do that? I don't remember that being there. I wonder if I did that by rubbing up against my belt, rubbing up against this. Here's my jacket. I wonder if my jacket has... I don't remember that being there. I bet you my jacket... That's not good. That's why I guess they put those little things there. Those little rubber mats. Dadgummit. I'll tell Marty, that gentleman is going to buy it. I'll make sure he does that. Huh. That's aggravating. Okay. I'll try to polish that out. I don't know if it'll polish out or not. Well, I'm done coaching for the year. It was a crazy year. So I enjoy coaching. It's a long season. dealing with a bunch of girls that range from age 10 to 18. "14 girls. It'll drive you crazy dealing with that many girls for that long." All right, so I guess I'm gonna put a little bit on this. Literally, I feel like I just killed a sheep. Unbelievable. Now what does it say to do? Guess I just need to wipe it off now. Let me get another towel. Gotta remember, this is a 2005 Yamaha. I got my bird with me. She is done sitting on her eggs. So that means she's going to be with me a lot more in my videos. My next video, so I gotta fix this. All right. And then, but before I fix that, my 2000 V6 Ford Mustang is draining the battery for some reason. So it was sitting at a mechanic shop, and they thought it was the battery. I thought it was the battery. So I went and picked it up, drove it home. And when I drove it home, the next day I was going to take it to work because I haven't driven it in a while. And I leave work 4:45, 5 o'clock in the morning because I work in Nashville, and it's about an hour and 15-minute drive. And I don't want to deal with the traffic. It takes me 2 hours to get home during rush hour traffic. What ticks me off, if you've lived here your whole life, traffic has been a problem since the early 1980s. And every politician has said, "Oh, we're going to fix it." And I heard a statistic not long ago that there's 100 people a day moving to Nashville. And the roads really haven't been expanded since the early they try to expand it, put bigger lanes in, going out to the suburbs, but they never fix the inner loop of Nashville. So you can have 4 lanes, 5 lanes of traffic going into Nashville, and it all bottlenecks down to 2 lanes. It's so frustrating. It's been like that since and Governor Lee knows this. He's lived here his entire life, grew up in Franklin. I grew up in Mount Juliet. And it's been like this forever. Do they care to fix it? No. They need to go down to Texas and see how Texas fixed it. Very, very frustrating. All right. I know this says to do it on a wet car, but I don't have a wet car. So I'm just going to spray it on there and wipe it off and give it that good shine. Oh, yeah. See, there's my Macho Man Randy Savage coming out. And then I'll go do the other side. And I got a lot of I had this tank sitting on top of the 4-wheeler, and it fell off. I guess I hit it, accident, and it fell off and got some red Coca-Cola paint on it. And I was like, surely I can buff that right out. Sure enough, I was able to buff it right out. All right. And there we be. Beautimus. Beautimus. All right. I've ridden it twice now. And seems to be riding fine. The clutch lets out super late. There's hardly any, I don't know what you call it, like the zone in which you have tension on the clutch between the time it grabs and the time you can release it. There's hardly any. So you got to be careful. I've stalled it a couple of times just because I get too quick with the clutch, which I've never had problems stalling any kind of manual ever. I've owned manuals my entire life. And yeah, just never had a problem. All right. Well, that's it. That's how you buff a car. A motorcycle.